it's Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I'm so glad that you guys could join me today. Hey, I want to just take just a minute and say thank you to all of you who have subscribed recently. Wow, it was so exciting to see so many of you subscribing so that you can get the updates on my latest video. If you haven't subscribed, it's so easy. There's a little subscribe button. Just click it. It'll get you notifications from YouTube every time I have a new project like this one. So today's project, guys, is really awesome. This is a one-sheet wonder. I created this really great little treat bag, a wonderful way to give candy or other little holiday treats. And what's great is you score once, you cut once, but you get two bags. So let me share with you how to create today's wonderful little gift bag. All right, let's get started with our one sheet wonder. Guys, I have got a piece of 12 by 12 Joyous Noel Designer Series paper. You use your favorite Designer Series paper. I know you've been hoarding a lot of it. I just really like this one. I'm gonna flip this one over to the side that I don't want to be the prominent side, all right? So I've got that there in my Simply Scored, and we're going to begin by scoring at 1 inch, 4 3/4 of an inch, 7 inches, and 10 3/4 of an inch. Let's rotate that 90 degrees, and now we're going to score at 4 inches, 5 3/4 of an inch, 9 3/4 of an inch, and 11 1/2 inches. I'm now going to bring in my Stampin' Trimmer, and I need to cut this in half. See that little 1/2 inch score line? We want that up at the top. I'm going to put this into my Stampin' Trimmer at 6 inches, and we're simply going to cut that in half. The first thing we want to do is work with this little 1/2 inch piece. I'm going to trim off. You're going to see, and I know it's hard to see there in the video, there is a little rectangle in each corner. We want to cut that little rectangle off, and we want to do that to both sides. Now, we've got this little tab, and I'm a miter girl when it comes to boxes and bags. You see, I'm just cutting from the inside to the outside, just cutting off a little piece of pie right there. Now, I want you to notice something else. We have a scored line at 1 inch, and we have one at 1 1/4 inch. We want to work on this 1 1/4 inch side. And guys, we are simply going to snip up each score line. 1, 2, and 3. Now on these pieces, we're also going to miter again. This is optional. I will say this is optional. I just kind of like the bottom of this box bag to look just as nice. And it also kind of helps ensure that everything goes together. Remember, inside to the outside. So we're going to get all 4 of these tabs down here. There, now you can see what I did. We're now going to take our bone folder, and we're going to give these mitered pieces a nice little burnish. We're going to flip it over. This piece is going to go down. Let's give that a little burnish. Now, with this top already folded, we're going to bring these pieces around. You see it's going to buckle a little bit right there. We do want to be very careful as we burnish right there. So take it nice and slow. Let's go ahead. We'll burnish all of these pieces. And of course, let's make sure we get that little tab as well. All right, everything is ready to go. And now it's time to put our box together. It's just going to flip over like this. Now you can use tear and tape, or you can use the multi-purpose glue. My multi-purpose glue was out. I've been using it a lot this holiday season. So let's put some of that right there on that little 1/2 inch tab. This is the little one we mitered. We're going to bring the other side directly over, and let's give that a really nice press. Make sure that holds well. Perfect. Now, if these flaps bother you, especially these two on the end, if you'd like, you could add a little multi-purpose glue just on those ends. You don't have to go all the way around. You can now put the tabs together, and I want you to notice the flaps don't come all the way over. So we only want to put the multi-purpose adhesive right here just on that end. We want to kind of make sure that that is centered up. We don't want it to go wonky, okay? So just line that up, and then I can even come in with my bone folder and give that a little press. Now, I did want to point out sometimes we need a little strength to the box. I have a piece, this is just crumb cake, any color is going to work, and it is 4 inches by 1 3/4 of an inch. I'm just gonna put some multi-purpose glue there. I can now add this inside my box, again with my bone folder. That will help secure that. So that's gonna give the bottom of the box some strength depending on what you put inside. All right, to fill our bag, I have one of our 6x8 cello bags. I'm going to tuck that inside the box. I found these really delicious M&M hot cocoa. I'm gonna pour those into my bag. I've got 16 inches of our Mary Merlot reversible ribbon. We're gonna tie that in a bow here on the bag. Now we can create a very simple tag. And for that tag, we're going to bring in the Peaceful Noel stamp set. I'm gonna start with a Mary Merlot ink pad, and I'm going to take a piece of Very Vanilla. This is scrap, but mine's about 2 inches by 3 inches. We are going to ink up Fill the Season with Happiness. Let's stamp that right there in the middle. I'm going to take my Everyday Label punch and let's center it up in the punch. I will come in with the pine needles. I'm going to use the Tranquil Tide ink pad, and I'm actually going to stamp off once. I want this to be a very light green. I don't want it to overpower, and that looks really nice. So I'll stamp off there, and we'll kind of add some of those pine needles just to kind of fill in a little bit. I can now come in with a mini glue dot. I'm just gonna press that glue dot. I'll add that right there. I'm gonna come back in with my glue dots, and I have just got a little ribbon knot of that same ribbon, and we'll add that right there. Guys, it's a quickie. It's a very quickie little project, but I think it turns out so pretty. A great way to give a bag of candy. It's much more attractive than that. I'm just saying. I hope that you enjoyed this little project. So much fun to make. And you know what? This is really a great way to start using up that holiday paper that you have. We don't want to save it for next year. Let's use it. It's a great way to do those last minute stocking stuffers or those last minute coworker gifts. Now listen, I know you hoard your paper. I know you do. We all do. So let's get it out and get to creating. Now, if you need to catch those measurements again or see the photos of my project, you can do this. Go to simplysimplestamping.com and just look for the December 20th, 2018 blog post. I'll have all the information there for you. And if you'd like to order any designer series paper, maybe those bags or that ribbon and that fabulous stamp set, you can do that there at simplysimplestamping.com as well. Just click a pic and it'll take you right to the online store so that you can order the items that you need. Thank you guys so much for being here on the video. Thank you for subscribing. Remember, it's easy. Just click that subscribe button and you'll be updated, ready to go on my next video. Hey, thanks so much for being here. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.